In today's video, I want to share a thought I had as to including the non-realty items addendum on the contract so as to protect the buyer while not causing an issue with the lender. Some tell me that the lenders don't want the non-realty items to be a part of the contract. That is not the same thing as the lender saying, go ahead and have them as part of the contract, but don't tell me or show it in the contract. You should never have a side agreement as to these items. That is double contracting and comes dangerously close to mortgage fraud. In a previous video, I explained that it's my understanding that under Fannie Mae guidelines, non-realty items can be included in the contract as long as separate consideration is paid for those items over and above the sales price in the contract. Some of you have encountered lenders who allow the non-realty items addendum but want the personal property items to be shown at zero cost. If the lender is okay with that, fine, put zero in for the cost and attach the non-realty items addendum to the contract. End of discussion. For the lenders that do follow the Fannie Mae guidelines, some declare that the amount must be reasonable and can't be minimal, such as $10 or so. Although the amount is really irrelevant, for those lenders who require the amount to be reasonable, here is a suggestion for the buyer. Determine the reasonable value of the personal property items, show that as the separate consideration for those items in the non-realty items addendum, and then have the seller pay the equivalent amount towards buyer's closing cost. For example, buyer wants to include with the contract the projector and screen in the media room, and seller agrees. Add a non-realty items addendum showing a reasonable value for those items, and then in paragraph 12A1B of the contract, insert that same amount as seller's contribution toward buyer's closing costs. Bottom line for the buyer is the same as if the non-realty items just came as part of the purchase of the home. I hope this video gives you something to work with as you negotiate your contracts. Allegiance Title Company is your trusted resource for results.